10 best NBA buzzer beater game winners. What makes the NBA so priceless are the unbelievable things that happen on the court in every game. You really have to be there to understand the magical things these athletes can do. One of the many things that have made spectators go wild is the ability of few players to help their teams win the game at the last second. It's basically an equivalent of dying minute winning goals in football matches, and of course, the bigger the game, the greater the feeling when there's a last-second game winner. There have been several instances of these buzzer-beating game winners, but in today's video, we will be talking about 10 of the greatest buzzer-beater game winners. Before we proceed with the video, please hit the subscription button on the right side of your screen. Now that you have subscribed to our channel, let's dive right into the video. Here are our top 10 best buzzer-beater game winners. Number 10. Tracy McGrady goes nuts on the Spurs. The Houston Rockets were trailing 76-68 with less than a minute to go. Tracy McGrady of the Houston Rockets drained what looked like it might be a meaningless three-pointer that put the score at 76-71 in favor of the San Antonio Spurs, with just 35 seconds left in the game and a seemingly impossible gap to cover in such limited time. But then, McGrady hit a three with a foul for a 4-point play with 24.3 seconds left, and then another three with 11.2 seconds remaining. With the Spurs clinging to just a 2-point lead, they turned it over under their own basket and gave the ball back to McGrady. The Rockets forward dribbled the ball down the court, rose up at the 3-point line, and knocked down the game winner with 1.7 seconds remaining. Tracy McGrady scored 13 points in the final minute to steal a game away from the Spurs, 81-80. This particular performance had to be on the list, not just because Tracy McGrady beat the buzzer, but also because of his top-notch performance in the final 60 seconds of the game. It was a dramatic end to a game that seemed lost already. Next up is number 9. LeBron Game 2, 2009 versus Magic. The Orlando Magic went into Cleveland and took Game 1 of the 2009 Eastern Conference Finals, making the second game incredibly important to the Cavs' title hopes. But after an amazing shot by Hedo Turkoglu that left the Cavs trailing 95-93 with just 1 second remaining, things looked grim in Cleveland. The ball was inbounded to LeBron James with Turkoglu all over him, and he stepped back and hit a fading three-pointer to win the game. That was as exciting as it got for Cleveland, who eventually lost the series to Orlando. The series may have ended rather disappointingly for the Clevelands, but that moment was one of the most memorable ones in their history. No one saw it coming, and definitely, no one could have predicted that kind of end to the game. Now we have at number 8, we have Robert Horry versus the Kings in 2002. Robert Horry is not referred to as the Big Shot Bob for no reason. His team, the Lakers, were trailing the Sacramento Kings in Game 4 of the 2002 Western Conference Finals, 99-97, when Kobe Bryant drove into the lane to try and tie things up. Shaquille O'Neal's attempt was not successful either, and the ball got batted out to Robert Horry at the 3-point line. Robert was able to let the ball out of his hands in time and got the ball in the net as the buzzer sounded. The Lakers won the game narrowly with 100-99 and went on to win the series in 7 games. Moving forward, we have at number 7, Reggie Miller wins Game 4 over the Bulls in 1998. Maybe not the biggest rivalry of all time, but the rivalry between Reggie Miller and MJ was pretty intense. In a classic battle between Michael Jordan of the Bulls and Reggie Miller of the Indiana Pacers, Chicago entered the final seconds leading by just 1 point in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals in 1998. The Bulls were trying to hang on and take a 3-1 series lead, while the Pacers were trying to tie it up and return to Chicago. On the inbounds, Miller shoved Jordan out of his way to no call, grabbed the ball and hit a three to take a 2-point lead with 0.7 seconds remaining. Jordan got the ball and got up a double clutch three-pointer with the potential to win it, but the ball spun out of the basket for a Pacers victory. Next up, we have at number 6, Michael Jordan against the Jazz in Game 1. The Utah Jazz met up with the Bulls in the 1997 NBA Finals, with Utah looking for their first ever NBA championship, while Chicago was trying to collect their fifth in the last 7 years. Game 1 was tied at 82 with 7.5 seconds remaining after Jazz forward Karl Malone had missed 2 free throws that could have put Utah ahead. The Bulls got the ball into Michael Jordan's hands, and he did what Michael Jordan does. He drilled the game winner at the buzzer, taking a 1-0 series lead. Following Michael Jordan at number 6, we have at number 5 Kobe Bryant, Los Angeles Lakers in 2006. How can Kobe not make an appearance, right? With 6.1 seconds left in overtime during Game 4 of a 2006 first-round series, the Lakers trailed the Phoenix Suns from 98-97. Luke Walton swatted a jump ball toward Bryant, who methodically took 5 dribbles and pulled up at the right elbow. Neither Roger Bell nor Boris Diaw managed to disrupt the shot, and Kobe handed the Lakers a 99-98 victory. Although the higher-seeded Suns would rattle off 3 consecutive wins to steal the series, this was one of Kobe's most memorable shots. Next up is number 4, John Stockton, Utah Jazz in 1997. 11 years after Sampson's shots clinched Houston's place in the NBA Finals, John Stockton stunned the Rockets at the buzzer. The Utah Jazz had 2.8 seconds to break a 100-100 tie in Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals, and the legendary passer made a legendary shot. Rockets forward Charles Barkley scrambled to contest the three-pointer, but Stockton stepped into a clean look after receiving the inbounds pass and taking 1 dribble. The buzzer beater handed his team a 4-2 series victory and sent the Jazz to their first ever NBA Finals. Following John Stockton at number 4, we have at number 3, Derek Fisher of the Los Angeles Lakers in 2004. As if Tim Duncan's tossing up a go-ahead 22-foot fadeaway prayer over Shaquille O'Neal wasn't jaw-dropping enough, Derek Fisher provided even more theatrics during Game 5 of this 2004 second-round clash between the Lakers and San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs took a 73-72 lead on Duncan's miraculous jumper, but Fisher somehow managed to nail a game winner despite having only 0.4 seconds to get a shot off. Given that minuscule window of time, the Lakers guard thought it best to immediately sprint off the court. "I just wanted to get out of there and not give them an opportunity to think that we didn't believe it went in," Fisher said. Next up, we have at our top 2, Gar Heard, Phoenix Suns in 1976. Considered one of the greatest NBA games ever played, Game 5 of the 1976 NBA Finals between the Suns and Celtics packed enormous drama into a 3-overtime classic. In the waning moments of the second extra frame, John Havlicek tossed in a leaning 15-footer that pushed the Celtics in front with 111-110 and set off a court storming at the Boston Garden. However, 1 second remained on the clock. Because of since changed NBA rules, the Suns called a timeout to advance the ball to half court, even though it meant they exceeded a technical free throw. After clearing fans from the court, Phoenix had 1 shot. Gar Heard didn't waste it. His turnaround 20-foot jumper hit nothing but nylon, forcing a 3rd overtime. The Suns went on to lose the wild contest in triple overtime, and Boston won the finals 1 game later. And of course, at our top 1 on this list is Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls in 1989. Michael Jordan eliminated the Cleveland Cavaliers from the 1989 postseason in truly devastating fashion. Shortly after Jordan gave the Chicago Bulls a 99-98 lead, a layup by Craig Ello put the Cavaliers back in front with only 3 ticks remaining on the clock. That's when MJ provided one of the most iconic moments in NBA history. Jordan escaped Larry Nance, double-clutched to let Elo fly past him, and rattled home the decisive shot for a 101-100 victory. As the Bulls legend unleashed a jumping fist pump, Elo collapsed the floor in disappointment. Chicago had upset the third-seeded Cavaliers, and Jordan moved one step closer to becoming the greatest player in league history. Although we think all the names here deserve to be in the top 10, we also agree that the list is a subjective one. If you think there are some names that we omitted, why not tell us in the comment section which buzzer beater game winners you think should be in the top 10. We have come to the end of this video. Please hit the like button and turn on your notifications button. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.